Hey, it's Calvin here. Recently this week, Dishonored was the free game for the Xbox Live Games with Gold, and so, I downloaded it. Previously, with this game, I had actually bought it off Steam for pretty cheap, like $8 or so. And, I played it a litlittle bit, beat the first mission, a little after the prologue. I escaped from the prison. I escaped from the prison. I didn't actually get out of the sewers initially. I don't really know why. It didn't really hook me, but, I played it, I don't know how many months later, maybe a year later here for free on Xbox, and it really engaged me. I really liked this game. I actually beat it in about 4 days or so, which is kind of unheard of, I feel like, for me. I don't really beat games that often, and I don't know, maybe this summer's different because I've been playing a lot of games and actually beating them. I might be beating Far Cry 3 here soon, but the other thing that really struck me about Dishonored is that I don't really play stealth games because I'm really a perfectionist, and so if somebody sees me, if I don't get a clean kill, or hell, I usually don't even kill. With this game, I tried to go for mostly no kills using sleep darts and just subduing people, and what would end up happening inevitably was I'd get caught, and then I'd just kind of stand there, put my sword down, and go, alright, come kill me so I can restart, because there's no respawn from the latest checkpoint, which is kind of annoying, but not that big a deal. I don't know what really did it about this game. Maybe it was because it controlled really well. I really like the controls in this game. For the most part, nothing really got too annoying. I'd say if one thing was annoying, it's that if you want to silently take somebody out but not kill them, like, put them to sleep, give them the old, like, headlock noogie thing into their sleepness, you get behind them and you hold the right bumper.
Look at that.
That's kind of annoying because that's also your block button, and what will inevitably happen is you want to get kind of close to these guys really quickly and then put them under and then pull them out before anyone else, gets there to notice that you're doing it. So what will inevitably happen is you run up, you kind of teleport behind them using your blink power, which, by the way, is one of the best powers ever, and you'll just kind of like parry your sword. You'll just flick, flick, flick. Oh, that doesn't actually do something. Oh, he sees me. Oh, well. Alright, well, I guess I'll let him kill me. Aside from that, I can't really think that there have been any other big control issues with this game. All the powers were... I don't know. It's hard to explain. Everything seemed really fluid. And maybe that was my gameplay, or my game type. However I would use the words to describe how I played the game.
What is it now?
Because one of my big complaints about the game is that there's a moral choice system, a binary moral choice system, by the way. So you're either good or you're bad. There's no real room for middle ground, which is kind of annoying in games. I mean, it was like that in Mass Effect as well, and though I love Mass Effect, it was really annoying that I couldn't actually change based on the situation. I kind of had to be all good or all bad if I wanted the best, abilities from being good or bad, which is kind of annoying, I gotta say. So what inevitably ended up happening was I don't want to kill people because it's like, hey, in the beginning it even says explicitly you have the choice to kill people or to just kind of silently take them out, but the more people you kill, the worse your ending is gonna be. That's kind of a bullshit explanation for why you shouldn't kill people. I guess there's no real reason in stealth games like this for there to be a kill or pacify option, unless it's a binary moral choice system. Or, I guess there is a way, but games haven't done it yet, which is kind of annoying. Because it was really fun and kind of difficult to, successfully maneuver through these missions without being spotted, without killing people. But when you put a moral choice system in these games, you're kind of gating off a lot of content if you're incentivizing these perks. You say, hey, be nice and don't kill people, so you get the good ending, but you do that and then you don't really get to mess with a lot of gadgets that you get. I know I didn't use a lot of things that were in the game. Like, I hardly used the regular crossbow, almost always used sleep darts, hardly used the pistol, almost never used incendiary bolts. I didn't ever buy the whirlwind power-up, so I don't really know what that was about. I don't know, just a lot of things that I couldn't find, you know, practical use in if I want to go for a stealth, no-kill kind of gameplay. Which I guess is fine, but it's annoying. You make it look so good to not kill people, but then you show us all these cool, flashy things that you could do. I don't know. Other really good things I liked about this game. I loved the setting. Though the game didn't, like, the graphics themselves aren't that great. You can kind of see some of them are kind of, textures are kind of low. Some of the animations were, no, the animations were pretty good, but some of the models were kind of iffy. But the aesthetic of the game is what really carries it, and it's got kind of like an old-timey Victorian kind of feel, I would say. I would describe this as kind of feeling like a cross between Bioshock and, as little as I played of it, Deus Ex kind of. But it looks really good in terms of aesthetics. Like, I can imagine years down the line you look back and you could say this game still looks really good, even though the graphics are obviously dated. I don't know, it seems nice, it's kind of colorful, and this mission here in particular, the Boyle's Mansion, it's got to be one of my favorites, just because it's kind of like a look into the high-class life of whenever the hell this was, Victorian era, whatever, and I don't know, maybe it's because I haven't really been that exposed to it in other games, but I feel like this one did pretty good. Other things about the game, it's kind of short. I said I beat it in 4 days, and though I spent a lot of time wasted, as in when I was first starting the game, I was a lot of, I don't really know what I'm doing, and then I got caught, and then I let them kill me, and then I respawned. I did spend a lot of time doing that, but you know, there are only like 9 missions, I think, in total, which is not a lot. It helps that the missions are really big and kind of expansive, and it tells you multiple times that, hey, you can really do what you want. There's no like linear structure for these missions, and so you can kind of do them in multiple playstyles, and I really like that because this is a game that I do want to play again, and I can see myself playing again. But it's still kind of short. Maybe I'll end up getting some DLC for this, maybe not. We'll see. I'll probably play it a couple more times, maybe being as violent as I can. But that's kind of besides the point. It's still kind of short, but the replayability is pretty high. Like, I don't know, I kind of explained it before. I'd love to play these again, see do things differently, kill a lot of people maybe, I don't know. But the other thing is just the way the levels are set up. I mean, if you're like me, you kind of want to see what else is in these levels, what else is out there, what else you're missing, because at the end of each mission, it'll be like a little screen that says, hey, this is what you missed, you could have done all this. And I kind of want to do all that. I know by the end of the game there are some things that I missed, there are some side missions and options that I could have done. Hell, looking at the achievements, I know there are some kind of neat ways to subdue your targets that I missed out on. So you don't have to always just boring walk up and stab them. I mean, you can, but there's no real reward in that. But I can't say I was too engaged in the story. I mean, you start off as a guy who is very high up. You were a bodyguard for the Empress, and then she's killed, and you're framed for it, and there's not really much you could do. And then you join a group of loyalists to help, I don't know, overthrow the wrongdoings and figure out what was done. And I mean, it was pretty cool, but it was, I don't know, kind of frustrating that it's mostly all, everybody's very power hungry, and I guess, it's true, but I don't know. I liked the characters well enough, most of them. Like Samuel, Emily, Callista, I guess, even though some of them didn't really have that much characterization.
This is a private conversation.
The writing in this game isn't like the best writing ever. It's, I don't know. With a game like Dishonored, you can only go so many ways, but I don't know. Being a silent protagonist was kind of annoying. I don't know that it really got to me that much, but I don't know. The conversation trees, they're kind of, I wouldn't even really call them conversation trees. They're just kind of very linear, and
that's it.
conversing with people is just not something that happens in this game very often. So, I mean, I guess I can't really dock it for that, but I don't know. I'll find that some of the enemies very often will say the same lines over and over and over, and that's kind of annoying, but it's not the worst that it could be. Like, it could be freaking Nazi Zombies Moon level bad of people parroting the same exact line minute after minute after minute. Occasionally, it'll just be me walking kind of close to a guard, and I'll hear them say, "Oh, do you think you'll be able to control a squad after what happened last night?" And then, I don't know, just kind of the generic stuff like that. But it didn't really grate on my nerves too much. Dishonored, I highly suggest to people. Sure, the story was okay, but, I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing ever. I don't really care too much to explain about how great or how engaged I felt with the story. And you know what, that's okay, because what I do want to say is how fun it was to, you know, blink past people, take them out, toss them into bins, toss them into bathtubs, stack them up on top of people. And you know what? That's good enough. Aside from that, really all I gotta say is I really suggest this game to, you know, even if you're not really big on stealth, at least give it a try. I wasn't that big on stealth, mostly because I was probably a perfectionist and was really anal about not getting caught about doing shit. But after playing, I don't know, giving some time into Hitman Blood Money, which I was just awful at, putting some time into Deus Ex, both the original and Human Revolution, and I'm trying to think. I feel like there's... Oh, I played through Mark of the Ninja, which was also pretty good, but kind of annoying because of my damn perfectionism. I feel like this game is pretty good, and it might be kind of my gateway into playing more stealth games and being good at them. After this, I played one of the other free games for Xbox, Hitman Absolution, and I've only played, you know, the prologue and another mission, and that was pretty fun. So, I don't know. I guess in finality, there wasn't really much that I could say about this game that I really didn't like. I mean, there's the moral choice system that I really didn't like. But aside from that, everything was pretty good. The gameplay was really fluid. It was really rewarding when things went your way, which for me didn't happen that often, but oh, when it did, it's just so wonderful. It's something that, I guess because I haven't really been playing that many stealth games, not that many games have done for me, but I don't know. It's just a game that felt really good and rewarding for me for playing it how I could, and you know, I bet playing it again I could be a hell of a lot better because, as I said, I didn't use many of the powers a lot. I used the evil eye, whatever the hell it's called, a lot, and I used blink a lot. I can't say I used any of the other ones too much. I used possession kind of often, but I never possessed anything other than rats. I never really used the swarm of rats, mostly because, as I said, I was going for that whole no-kill thing. So I guess that's kind of annoying, but I really would like to play it again, you know, use everything a lot more efficiently, bend time more. That was a cool mechanic. So yeah, I don't believe there's anything that I have left to say, so Dishonored gets a pretty good thumbs up for me. I suggest it to everybody.